Hi guys, I hope you're doing well today. As you know, we are talking this week about the letter V, and the letter V starts with that V sound, like in the word vote, or voice, or violet, or vacuum. And today I get to read you one of my very favorite stories, Miss Nelson is Missing, because one of the main characters in the book, and I'll show you a picture of her, her name is Miss Viola Swamp. This is one of my favorite stories, and I'm looking forward to reading it with you. And as I do, listen for that V sound when I say her name, Miss Viola Swamp. Let's see if I can get bigger on the picture right here. Okay. You see that? You can see that the class is really misbehaving. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read and then I'll show you the picture again. Okay. The kids in room 207 were misbehaving again. Spitballs stuck to the ceiling. Paper planes whizzed through the air. They were the worst behaved class in the whole school. You see? Now settle down, said Miss Nelson in a sweet voice. But the class would not settle down. She's asking the class here, and then here they are, and they're throwing an airplane in the air. They whispered and giggled. They squirmed and made faces. They were even rude during story hour. And they always refused to do their lessons. Something will have to be done, said Miss Nelson. Now look at this. Look at all the silly things they're doing when they should be listening. The next morning, Miss Nelson did not come to school. Wow, yelled the kids. Now we can really act up. They began to make more spitballs and paper planes. Today, let's just be terrible, they said. Not so fast, hissed an unpleasant voice. A woman in an ugly black dress stood before them. Do you see her? I am your new teacher, Miss Viola Swamp. And she rapped the desk with her ruler. Where is Miss Nelson? Asked the kids. Never mind that, snapped Miss Swamp. Open those arithmetic books. Miss Nelson's kids did as they were told. They could see Miss Viola Swamp was a real witch. She meant business. Right away, she put them to work, and she loaded them down with homework. Look at all those books they're all carrying home from school. We'll have no story hour today, said Miss Viola Swamp. Keep your mouth shut, said Miss Viola Swamp. Sit perfectly still, said Miss Viola Swamp. And if you misbehave, you'll be sorry, said Miss Viola Swamp. See her at her desk just telling everybody what to do. The kids in room 207 had never worked so hard. Days went by, and there was no sign of Miss Nelson. The kids miss Miss Nelson. See them looking out the window. Oh, they're so sad. Maybe we should try to find her, they said. Some of them went to the police. Detective McSmog was assigned to the case. He listened to their story. He scratched his chin. He said. I think Miss Nelson is missing. Detective Miss Smog would not be much help. See him? Not much help. Other kids went to Miss Nelson's house. The shades were tightly drawn and no one answered the door. In fact, the only person who they did see was the wicked Miss Viola Swamp coming up the street. If she sees us, she'll give us more homework. They got away just in time. The kids were getting worried. Maybe something terrible happened to Miss Nelson. Maybe she was gobbled up by a shark, said one of the kids, but that didn't seem very likely. And Not very likely. Maybe Miss Nelson went to Mars, said another kid. But that didn't seem very likely either. I know, exclaimed one know-it-all. Maybe Miss Nelson was carried off by a swarm of angry butterflies. But that was the least likely of all. Kind of fun. The kids in room 207 became very discouraged. It seemed that Miss Nelson was never coming back, and they would be stuck with Miss Viola Swamp forever. They heard footsteps in the hall. Here comes the witch, they whispered. Hello, children, said someone in a sweet voice. It was Miss Nelson. Did you miss me? We certainly did, cried the kids. Where were you? That's my little secret, said Miss Nelson. How about a story hour? Oh, yes, cried the kids. Miss Nelson noticed that during story hour, no one was rude or silly. What brought about this lovely change, she asked. That's our little secret, said the kids. Pretty cute. Okay. Back home, Miss Nelson took off her coat and hung it in the closet, right next to an ugly black dress. When it was time for bed, she sang a little song. I'll never tell, she said to herself with a smile. P.S. Detective McSmog is working on a new case. He is now looking for Miss Viola Swamp. I hope you all enjoyed that story as much as I like it. And I want you to do something for me. I want you to find somebody in your house when they have a free minute and tell them a little bit about the story of Miss Nelson that's missing. And tell them what you think happened to Miss Nelson. Where do you think she went? And then, what about Miss Viola Swamp? Now, where did she go? I look forward to seeing you all very soon on our Zoom call on Friday with Mrs. Armistead for music. That's going to be so fun. I miss you all so much. Hope you have a great week and get out there and play and just enjoy. See you soon.